We are here with Harry West, CEO of Continuum, a global design and innovation consulting firm. I'm going to ask him a question about innovation, obviously. Harry, you said that infrastructure and education are foundations of innovation. What can be done when there's an organization, or can be an enterprise, can be a country that has problems with infrastructure and education? Is it possible to have innovation in an environment like this? I mean, how could this company or this country possibly find some ways to innovate even with strong problems in infrastructure and education?
Very difficult question.
I know.
Thank you for asking me such a difficult question. So I think that first you should look for ways to improve your infrastructure and education, because that is the foundation for development in any country. But that's not the question. Your question is, given the situation, how can you innovate? So, I think that it would be interesting to look at areas of innovation that don't require as much infrastructure. For example, digital products, so online services, for example. So you don't need to use roads and airports and trains, but you can distribute them online. That would be an interesting direction to go. You have very smart people, very entrepreneurial, and there's a possibility of building a sort of a Silicon Valley down here, using your enormous human capital and building online products and services. That would be one idea. And then in terms of education, well, to some extent, I think that you're looking to the government to step in and invest more in education. But there's enormous resources available free out there. Khan Academy, online universities, even MIT and Harvard now, they're available free online. So the very best education resources you can access if you have the sort of the basic that you would need to be able to reach those. So internet access, basic command of some languages, and then there's an enormous wealth of language, of educational resources that would be available to people here. And what's interesting about that is perhaps you can short circuit the process that's happening in the United States. In the United States, education is very good, but it's very expensive. And so a lot of young people are going, I don't need to pay this much money to go to college. I can go online and I can get better education for free. And maybe you can do that here too.
Besides of universities, and that there's a belief that investments in education don't get fast results. Is that right, or it's not exactly that way?
Well, it depends on what you mean by fast. Investment in education in anyone's life delivers results on the time frame of your life. That's how we're human beings.
Yes,
and I think we've got to respect that.
Speaking like, government investments, or even an enterprise that chooses to invest more in the capacity of its employees. Do you think, depending on how it's done, it can get faster results?
Yeah, I do. And again, it depends what you mean by fast. In business, we would look at it in terms of an investment decision, and you would consider what is the net present value of that investment. And if you look at other countries throughout history that have invested in education, the payoff has been very positive. for that investment. So it's absolutely the right thing for a country to do, to invest in education. I don't know if you have children, but if you look at your experience with children, they can learn very, very quickly, and they can put that learning into action very, very quickly. And there's no reason to suppose that ability to learn and put that into action declines. You know, even us, we can learn and put
We still can learn a lot.
We can still learn, and we can still put that learning into action very quickly.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you.
You were very difficult answer.
Difficult question, but I enjoy thinking about it.
Thank you very much.